Hello, Simmers. We're back with some more Cocytus River Rats Draft to Glory franchise mode in FHM 11. And the last one, we had a very disappointing season, to say the least. We finished 28th in the league with a record of 34, 42, and 6. And that's following a season where we went 41, 35, and 6. Things were starting to look up, or so we thought. And now, unfortunately, we're back down here. So I guess first things first, we're going to sign some of our prospects who are on expiring rights. Here you have Baxter, Novak, and Walt. I would sign all three of them. Or not Walt, Voigt. that's an I, not an L. And then everyone currently on the upcoming FAs list, that includes Colton, Amadio, Lettieri, and Ernie are going to be released. And then there are actually 4 players on our trade block currently, with Gastrin, Kindell, Kjellberg, and Frank. Frank being 21, that half-star ability, he has not grown much, unfortunately, ever since we drafted him. So I think I'm going to try to move him. Then you have Kjellberg, who is 22. I don't know how likely it is that I'll be moving him, but I don't like that he has no tolerance for change. As for Kindell, he does not have too many good role ratings here, and just ratings in general are very kind of average. And he also has issues dealing with adversity, so I'd like to get something back from him if I can. And then Milton Gastrin, he did not have a good season this past season. Only 8 points in 48 games played, 53 grade. That's following a season where he was in the AHL with Frozen Creek. And then that followed up an initial NHL stint where he had 24 points in 61 games played. So it seems like he hasn't been consistently progressing, and he's already 24. And in trading Gastrin, I'm hoping that some of the younger guys, such as Witherspoon and Orr, will be able to take his place in the lineup. So with all that being done, I think we can advance to the last day of the 2031 season. And here's our 2030-31 season summary. We had no positive categories, of course. At least we didn't have a winning percentage lower than 400 and a longevity bonus of 6, meaning our total season score is 9, a total career score so far of 83. And 1 point, I'll put it into player management. All right, here we go. Time for the draft lottery. Let's see where we are picking. We're currently in the 6th position. At number 17, you have Washington, followed by Winnipeg, Nashville, Boston, the Rangers, the Islanders, Seattle, Philly, Vegas, St. Louis, Dallas, and at number 6, your Cocytus River Rats. At number 5, you have Tampa, so Carolina moves up. At number 4, you have Colorado. Number 3, you have Calgary. At number 2 is Detroit, and Carolina wins the first overall pick. All right, let's take a look at the draft, and there is 7 goaltenders in the top 8. That's wonderful. That is just fantastic. So I suppose with that being said, we'll advance to our pick at number 6. I'm hoping that this guy, Leonhard Vetter, is going to be available for us because he's the only 4-star potential skater in the draft. To be honest, I highly doubt he will drop to number 6. He's supposed to be picked at number 3 here, but I think he might go first. So let's see who Carolina takes with the first overall pick. It will be Marco Karlsson, the goaltender. Okay. Let's see who goes number 2. You have Jason Sanford going to Detroit, the right defenseman, only a 2.5-star potential, according to the team scouting. Interesting pick. Let's see who goes to number 3. You have Steven Russo, the center. He's a 3-star potential. All right, who's going 4th? That will be Leonhard Vetter to the Colorado Avalanche. That's unfortunate. Would have liked to get him for sure. And we'll see who goes number 5 here. That will be Travis Ruff to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So here's our pick at number 6. We have goaltenders, and then there is Edward Thurkettle, the 3-star potential, 1-star ability. So not too bad. Projected to be picked at number 20. If he's on your roster, controversy will follow, of course. So we're gonna pass on him. Then we'll go to Matthew Borley. Let's see what's going on here. You have a half-star ability, 3-star potential, 16 faceoffs, pretty good at faceoffs. The bigger game, better he performs. All right, so I like his personality. Strengths and weaknesses are not great, but not bad either. Here's the thing, though. We have a lot of centers. We have Gavin McKenna, who for some reason converted to a center. I don't know why he switched to center. We already have such a logjam as a center. I really hope he converts back to wing there. Then you have Stenberg, you have Hermanson, you have Neuenschwander, you have Orr. We have so many centers at this point, and all of them are young, right? So I don't think we need a center out of this draft. Oh, okay. There is Jedris Stepaniuk, who's got the 3-star potential, 1.5-star ability, 4-star consensus potential, 16 positioning, 17 getting open, 17 determination. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Let's take a look at his scouting page. Seems to disappear when the game's on the line. Oh, I mean, that's for sure a negative, but he has a lot of strengths. The best part of his game is his goal scoring ability, terrific hockey sense, above average physical strength, above average stamina, doesn't slack off in practice, skating is pretty good, and even the worst aspects of his game are still relatively strong. And apparently, he was supposed to be the first overall pick. So I guess maybe this could be the pick here. I don't like how he disappears when the pressure is on, like when the game is on the line, right? But at the same time, he could easily be the highest value player here in this draft. Yeah, he might have to be the pick because I'm not really seeing anybody else here who would be too good. There's Mikhail Egermeyer, who's got the 4.5-star consensus potential. Supposed to be picked at number 9. No talents for change. Not too big of a fan of that. There's Christian Zerker, who has a 5-star consensus potential. Supposed to go at number 2. Like his personality. I like his strengths and weaknesses. That's pretty good right there. Strongest part of his game is his playmaking ability. First-class hockey sense with uncanny ability to read the play. His stamina is well above average. Takes training seriously. Above average skater. And then the weakest part of his game is physical play. So I think it's got to be between Zerker and Stepaniuk. There's also the defenseman Katayun Highway, who's got the 4.5-star potential on the consensus. I like his personality. Strengths and weaknesses look pretty good. Strongest part of his game is defensive play. He has decent stamina, sets an example for his teammates in practice. Pretty good ability to read the play. Weakest part of his game is his physical play. So I think it's got to be between those 3. And oddly enough, Highway was actually supposed to go at number 4. So we have the number 1, number 2, and number 4 ranked players here. Honestly, if I could get all 3 of them, that'd be fantastic. When it comes to overall NHL readiness, though, Stepaniuk is definitely the guy. Although Zerker is not far behind. And then Highway definitely has some work to do, but he is the defenseman of the group. So, I don't know. This could be a tough one. This might be a tough one here. Mental ratings, they're all very strong mentally. They all have essentially the same template here as far as mental ratings go. Physical ratings, all relatively similar. Stepaniuk has a slight advantage because of that 14 strength, I think. So I'll give it to Stepaniuk, although that's not really much of a surprise given that he's 1.5-star ability. Offensively, I mean, you got to give it to Stepaniuk. Although you could make the argument for Zerker because he's got that 16 offensive read. And then defensively, I think I got to give it to Stepaniuk. 16 positioning, 14 defensive read, 14 stick checking, and then Highway, of course, has the 14 checking as a defenseman. I think overall, I like Zerker the best because I like his personality over Stepaniuk, who, again, seems to disappear when the game is on the line. Oh, okay. Here's what I just noticed about these 3. So Stepaniuk could potentially be a good player. However, he has the AD scouting grade, as does Highway. Zerker, however, has the AC. So that combined with Zerker's personality over Stepaniuk's, I think my choice is clear here. And I'm going to be taking Christian Zerker with this pick. Welcome to the Cocytus River Rats. All right, so I shopped Jasinner and Frank and managed to get 2 third-round picks back here from Carolina, and there was one other team, I think, as well. Ottawa. Is there one more? Yeah, Vancouver. So Ottawa, Vancouver, and Carolina all willing to give us 2 third-round picks for Jasinner and Frank. Carolina was really good this past season. They had 50 wins. I think I'll pass on them. What about Ottawa? They had 54 wins. What about Vancouver? They had 58. Okay, so all 3 of those teams were good. In that case, I suppose I'll just send them to Carolina anyway. So we got a third for the 2032 draft, so that's next year's draft, and then a third for 2033, so that's 2 years from now. And now we're here at pick number 39. I think we will take a look at some of these non-goaltenders here. You have Axel Olofsson, the 2.5-star potential defenseman. Looks like he's got a ways to go until he's in the NHL. I think I might just go based off of consensus potential here for these remaining picks because there's already a clear drop-off in talent here in the second round. I mean, Janicic was supposed to be picked at number 11, first of all. Good personality. However, the weakest part of his game is his intangibles. Don't like that. You know what? I'll just take Olofsson for the potential. So welcome to the Cocytus River Rats, Alex Olofsson. Okay, we're at pick number 72 now. And I've actually gone ahead and created a draft list of players who I would be willing to take from here on out. Unfortunately, there's only one 2-star potential left in Novanek, or Novanech, however it's pronounced. I love his personality. Bigger the game, the better he performs. He's got a pretty good strengths and weaknesses category as well. Strongest part of his game is playmaking ability, fairly strong player, very good stamina. Skating is pretty good, decent on-ice vision. The weakest part of his game is physical play, but even the weakest aspects of his game are still relatively strong. Unfortunately, it looks like he is a ways away from the NHL, but that's all right. That's to be expected at this point. So I think Novanech is going to be next. So Roman Novanech, welcome to the Cocytus River Rats. And pick number 105 now. And it looks like a few players were taken off that list. So we're now down to 4. You have Lynch, Vidgren, Kern, and Koronek. And right off the bat, it looks like Vidgren is the best in terms of NHL readiness. Like his personality, got a good strengths and weaknesses report as well. I do like that Koronek has the strongest part of his game is his intangibles, though. So I think I might take him. Good personality as well. He does only have the 1-star potential, though. Vidgren at least has the 1.5-star potential. Although consensus has him as a 1-star. So I think we'll just take Koronek here. Welcome to the Cocytus River Rats, Jan Koronek. And on to round number 5 now. Pick with number 138. And there are no players left on the draft list. Oh, wow. Look at this. We found a player. We found a player with a special ability. Intimidator. So Kwang Chinkuo could be the pick here. You know what? Sure, why not? Kwang Chinkuo, welcome to the Cocytus River Rats. I think with this next pick, I'll be taking Kuniyoshi Tanaka, who's got that 14 passing, decent determination at 12, speeds at 13. Obviously, for this point in the draft, you're not going to be seeing too many good potential players anyway, so we may as well take him. Welcome to the Cocytus River Rats. And we actually do have one more 6th-round pick here. And I think with this pick, we'll be taking Juha Lahti. He's one of only 3 1.5-star potentials left and the only skater, so we'll be taking him with this pick. And 7th round now, last pick of the draft. May as well be a goaltender. Why not? Jan Reagan, welcome to the Cocytus River Rats. And that'll just about do it. New achievement. Sujimoto draft a Japanese player in the NHL draft. So obviously referring to Tanaka. As far as signing prospects go, I think I'm going to leave all these guys unsigned for right now. So after we trade Kindell and Kjellberg here, I think that'll be just about it for this offseason. So let's see what we could get from him. It looks like we're going to be able to get a 3rd and a 4th. All right, Ottawa's willing to give up a 3rd and a 4th as well, as is Vancouver. So once again, it's Carolina, Ottawa, and Vancouver offering the 3rd and 4th. So I think this time I'll accept Ottawa's offer. So now with that being done, we'll head to the Hall of Fame inductions. And inducted to the Hockey Hall of Fame this year are Nicholas Backstrom, Alex Ovechkin, Jonathan Quick, and... oh, is that it? Is there only 3 inductees this year? Yep, that's it. There's only 3 inductees this year, okay? To be honest, I don't think I've seen that until now anyway in FHM. That's the first time I've only seen 3 Hall of Fame inductees. That's crazy. Oh, we had a rough prospects tournament. We lost all 4 of our games here. Lost 3-0 to Winnipeg. Lost 2-1 to New Jersey with a goal by Lavrov on the power play. Lost 5-0 to Edmonton and then lost 7-5 to the Islanders with goals by Tanaka, Voigt, Chinguo, Medhart, and Zerker. All right, we're at the end of the preseason, and this is our lineup going into year number 8, I believe it is. I just double check that. Yes, indeed, this is year number 8 that we're heading into here. So in net, you have Frolov and Katachev. On defense, you have Bouchard, Pellizzari, Elofsson, Kotajärvi, Hakanson, Krivenek, and Baxter, who made the roster. We'll see what he can do in his rookie season. At forward, you have McKenna, Vananen, Andreev, Stenberg, Hermanson, Spelkvist, Carlson, Neuenschwander, Anisimowitz, Denoye, Brown, Wotherspoon, Orr, and Kapustin. So as for what I expect this year, much better than last year, that's for sure. I expect much better performances this year, especially from Gavin McKenna. He had 39 points last season in 70 games. That was a regression from what he usually has, which is typically around 50, 60 points. So I would like him to, at the very least, get back to what he had before last season, if not take another step forward and start getting into, 70, possibly 80 point territory. That's ideally, but, we'll go one step at a time here. As for who's going to have a breakout season this year, I think Andreev. I think Andreev will have a huge breakout season this year. Last season, he had 26 goals after having only 10 goals in his rookie season. going from 30 points to 50 points. So I think this season, Andreev is going to take a big step forward, especially with that offensive category that has 18 offensive read, 18 positioning. Physical ratings are fantastic. Mental ratings are great as well. So I think Roman Andreev is going to be someone to look out for this season. And then, of course, I'm also intrigued to see what happens with Tyson Orr. Coming off a minor injury that lasted for well over a year, he actually played through it with Sarnia, I believe, and then only played 13 games for us towards the end of last season. So hopefully that doesn't set him back too much. Obviously, that was not ideal for him, especially at that age, right? Only at age 19. So hopefully this season treats him better. And then one more player that I want to keep my eye on, obviously, is Blake Baxter, who is the rookie defenseman, 20 years of age, 1.5 star ability. So we'll see if he is able to keep up with the pace of the NHL. Obviously, going from the CCHL straight to the NHL, I would imagine that's quite a big jump. So we'll see what he does, and we'll see if we're going to have to send him down or not. So with all that being said, let's get underway with the Year 8 simulation. Oh, I just realized we need to fill out the cap here a bit. We're at 56 million. So I guess I'll do that right now. I guess I'll sign Stefan Matteau to a $15 million deal for 1 year. And of course, he will be sent down to the AHL. First major injury of the year, Hakansen down 2-3 weeks. All right, we're on December 1st. We're 15, 11, and 1. Good enough for 6th in the Beings division. We're currently 15th in the league. So we're currently in a playoff spot. However, I still feel like something's kind of off with this team because we still don't really have anybody who's taking over the scoring. You have Vananen with 21 points, Pellizzari with 20 points, having a breakout year so far, it looks like. Carlson with 18, Bouchard, McKenna only 16, Stenberg with 15, Andreev only with 14, Spalkvist with 14, Denoy with 13, Hermanson and Elofsson with 12, Anisimowicz with 9, Baxter and Neuenschwander with 8, Hakansen with 7, Krivenek, Orr, and Watherspoon and Koda-Järvi with 4, Kapustin with 3, and Brown with 1. And when you take a look at the makeup of our team, we are a highly offensive team. Look how many playmakers. Playmaker, 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 sniper, playmaker, counter-attacking forward in Andreev, and then a couple of point shooters on defense in Pellizzari and Koda-Järvi. So I think what this team needs is an offensive-based coach. It's as simple as that. I mean, Rod Brindamore, standard offensive preference, so I don't think we're really getting that with him. He's great for developing players. He's certainly great for developing players, but I think at this point, what's going to help us more in development is getting a coach that matches the team's style, which is clearly offensive. And the guy I had in mind is Pascal Vincent, 60 years of age, offensive preference, non-physical. We have a lot of non-physical players, so I'm thinking that's going to work out for us. Some solid coaching ratings, some solid miscellaneous ratings, nothing that's, great, but nothing that's bad either. He's got a lot of 15s, 16s, 17s across the board. So I think I'm going to release Rod Brindamore and I will hire Pascal Vincent. And I know there's a chance I could be wrong about this, but I have a good feeling about it. So Pascal Vincent, welcome to the Cocytus River Rats. He's our official head coach. And I think Rod Brindamore was just the temporary replacement until I found our guy in Vincent. So we'll see what he can do. And again, this could very well backfire. I mean, this could entirely backfire on this team and cause things to be even worse. We're currently at a 2.96 goals for per game, so we'll see how that's affected over the course of the rest of the season. Goals against per game, we are at 15th in the league with a 3.04. Face-offs, let's see what we're doing here. We are second in the league with a 52.5. Good to see. Power play, that's probably way down there. Actually, no, it's 13th in the league with a 21.2. And then penalty kill, we're 4th in the league with an 86.6. So we just get that even strength scoring going. Get McKenna going, get Andreev going, get Tyson Orr starting to produce. I think as long as we can do that, then we will certainly put ourselves in a playoff spot here. All right, we are on March 1st. And we are 38, 23, and 5, which is good enough, of course, for 3rd in the Beings division and 8th in the league. So we are currently in a playoff spot, and I don't think that's going to change unless something drastic happens to the point where we, lose a lot of games from here on out. But it's looking like we're going to be in the playoffs this year. So we're going to get our first taste of playoff action in year number 8 here, it seems. And obviously, given the success of the team right now, there's not much that I want to change, although I do want to go in here to the upcoming FAs and re-sign some of our players, including Andreev, who's up to a 4.5 star ability now. Asking for 5.2 for the next 4 years. I think we'll give him just that. And I got him down to 4.8 for the next 4 years. As for Gavin McKenna, he wants 6.9 for the next 3 years. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if his level of production lately justifies that price tag. I mean, I'll give it to him. It's not like we're, going to be up against the cap ceiling here. But still, I would like to see some more production from Gavin McKenna over these next 3 years. And I got him down to 6.81 for 3 years. And next we're going to re-sign Pellizzari. He's up to a 3.5-star ability. He wants 2.4 for 3 years. That's absolutely a good deal for him. And I got him down to 2.34 for 3 years. And then there's also Neuenschwander, Carlson, and Anisimowicz. So Neuenschwander wants essentially 4 mil for 5 years. And I got him down to 3.84 for 5 years. Now Carlson, he wants 2.6 for 6 years. That's a nice team-friendly deal. And I got him down to 2.5. And then Anisimowicz wants 5.2 for 3 years. And I got him down to 5.03 for 3 years. And so with that done, I think we're going to advance past the trade deadline, and we'll see what happens through the rest of the season. Ooh, Spelkvist goes down right before the playoffs, 1 to 2 months with a bruised spine. All right, we're at the end of the regular season. We've finished 46, 29, and 7. Good enough for 2nd in the Beings division and 6th in the league. So it looks like we're finally starting to make some progress here in Cocytus, as we come just 1 point short of our first 100-point season. So let's take a look at the players' stats to end off the season. In goal, you have Katachev in 51 games played with a 927 save percentage and a 30.95 goals saved above average with 4 shutouts. He was incredible this season. And actually, now that I look at it, he's never had a save percentage below 920 during the regular season. Wow. In this game, a goaltender with consistent save percentages that are actually at an elite level. I think we found our guy. Hopefully he can do the same in the playoffs, because that's incredible for Katachev. And then Frolov in 33 games played with a 902 save percentage, 2 shutouts, and a negative 7.45 goals saved above average. Safe to say that I know who we're going with the playoffs here. It's got to be Katachev, and hopefully coach takes the hint on that as well. Now let's take a look at our defensive core. Pellizzari leading the way with 64 points, up to a 3.5-star ability. Then you have Baxter with a solid rookie season, 36 points on the season. Still a 1.5-star talent, but he's up to that 4.5-star potential. And I don't think he was that before, so good to see. He's growing. Then you have Bouchard also with 36 points, Ellefson with 28, Cody Yarvi with 24, Hakanson with 14, and Krivenek with 9. And then at forward, you have Vananen leading the way with 71 points, 30 goals. That's the first 30-goal season. So bouncing back after his slump last season of only 46 points. Now he has 71 on the season. Then you have Stenberg with 62, Andreev with 50. So he didn't quite get to where I hoped he would offensively this year, but he at least stayed consistent with where he was last season with 50 points. Then you have Carlson with 48, Spelkvist with 46, Denoye with 46 as well, and McKenna only 43. So Gavin McKenna has been underwhelming, to say the least, for a first overall pick. I mean, he's been good, he hasn't been a bust necessarily, just not living up to expectations so far. And he's 24 already, so his best development years are behind him. Then you have Anisimowicz with 32 points, Hermanson with 28, Tyson Orr with 27 points, Neuenschwander with 22, Wotherspoon with 15, Kapustin with 9, and Brown with 7. So yeah, with the hiring of Pascal Vincent, which has at least so far seemed to be the right call, things are looking good here in Cocytus. So that being said, with the Year 8 regular season in the books, I think it's about time to wrap this one up here, but not before, of course, I thank the channel members. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we go through the Year 8 playoffs with your Cocytus River Rats.